hello there, hi. This is super embarrassing. I have failed my UK driving test 3 times. That's the video. That's it. I've said it. Okay, cool. This is so nerve-wracking. I'm so nervous right now that I don't know what to do with myself. Let me just like stretch this out. Yeah. I'm trying to prep myself up to talk about this. I don't want to. Yeah, when it comes to academics and stuff, I am a perfectionist. I am a person who wants to get 100% plus the extra credit. Then I'm okay. But I have failed my UK driving test 3 times. Bit of reference here. Have my US license. I've been driving for 10 years. I have moved to the UK though, so I need a UK license. When you first come to the UK, you can drive and rent a car for up to a year, but after that you have to have a license. So if you're a foreigner or a traveler, yeah, you can rent a car with an American license, but you can't drive full-time with that license. It somehow makes sense. In America, when I was American, I had my license. It was fine. I passed that test. Good. But I cannot pass the UK test. Also, just for reference, driving in the UK is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, especially if you have started as an American driver, used to American roads and American cars and all the stuff, and you go to the UK. Terrifying. I saw a video once where someone explained it perfectly. Essentially, it is a game of chicken. The roads are so narrow that it's a game of who's gonna go and who's gonna pull out first, because you're both trying to cross roads at the same time on a road that really should just be a one-way, one-car road, but there are 2 cars on the road, if not 3. People will also just pull up and park on the main road. If there's not the double line on the road, people will just park everywhere. People also drive really close, and there's a reason for this. It's because if you leave a gap, people will try to fit into the gap. You have to drive close. And you've got the double-decker buses that are also going around. There's lots of things here. Lots of rules that don't make sense to me, but I have learned them. Obviously, I was taught driving a different way. We're given different analogies, different requirements, different everything, and so I had to relearn how to drive. I got my car over a year ago, by the way, so I've been trying to get my license for like 2 years. The UK testing system is split into 2 categories. You've got your theory test and your practical test. Theory is the written test. There are 50 questions and plus this video where you have to point out the hazards. I have a handy dandy book. There are practice questions online, as well as practice versions of the videos, and the videos are hilarious. These hazard videos, they are real. They are real things that you just expect to happen. Like, here comes the tractor, here comes the cows, here comes the car coming out of nowhere, here's the biker. I aced this test. I got 100% on this test and the hazards and everything, so did that well. I verted my language, my terminology, my everything. I have read the book, I know all the laws, I know all the rules, I know how to drive here, honestly. And then we go to the practical test. And the practical test, that's where you're actually driving. You're the one in the car. Good explanation. Because of the way that the past few years have gone though, getting a personal driving instructor, very, very hard, and getting a test booked, very hard. So I keep having to wait months to take the test. So each time I have failed the test, there has been a 5-month gap, because that's how long it's been taking me to get a booking for the test anywhere. And the lessons I've been taking have been both with family members and online courses. I've been having to do the online ones because the in-person instructor is just not available to me. I already drive. Let me just scream internally a bit. Now we get to the actual test. Why I failed. Essentially, you're allowed up to like 12-ish minors realistically. Then you've got the majors, and the majors are the ones where if you just get 1 major, you fail. So the driving test already is hard. The test I'm taking is also for an automatic car, not a manual shift car, because I only have automatic cars. We've got Tom's car, which is a hybrid type car, and then we've got mine, which is electric. My first test I did with Tom's car because I didn't know if it being an electric car would affect the test at all. Don't know why, I just really wanted to pass well, and so I did the test in Tom's car. That turned out to be a bit of a mistake. Tom's car has got the horsepower. For the first test, I made the person scream twice. For reasons I don't feel like are justifiable, but I will give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt since I'm a person they don't know and they are trusting me to drive them. So I'll give that, I guess, but still. The first scream was from me changing lanes. I saw the other lane, I looked in my mirror, I did the glance, but I didn't exaggerate enough, and so they didn't see that I had looked and saw that there were no other cars around on this street. And so they screamed. The scream was a distraction. The scream was like, oh my god, what's happened? So I took that as I failed, but I didn't understand why necessarily there. So I was like, okay, cool. I failed. This is the start of the test. Let's just get through this. And then at the end of the test, the person screamed again because we were on a hill, and at the end of the hill there was a turn, and I couldn't see around the bush. So bad setup for a test. Anyway, so we're on a hill, turn there. I need to pull forward an inch more. I'm in a heavier car. I pull forward that inch more and they think I'm gonna go. If I'm in a situation like that again, I will verbally say, don't worry, I'm not going. I just need to increase my vision and still not quite pull into the road yet. We're just gonna go forward an inch, but we're on a hill, so it's gonna be hard. Brilliant, all the things. So I pull forward that inch and they scream. And I'm like, cool, we're stopped. Wait until no cars are there, do the turn. Fine. Just to clarify here again, not inexperienced, have been driving for 10 years in America, fair enough. I do feel like I have switched my road rules though. I have learned all the terminologies for the UK, I know all the laws, I'm confident but not overconfident when it comes to driving. I know how to drive. However, for the two reasons of they did not see me turn my head enough and I pulled forward an inch and didn't, I don't know, something. Those two reasons I failed the first test. I cried. I cried so hard still. I don't like to fail. I want to win always. I really want to win. I am such a rule follower person that I am just, yeah, okay, cool. For the second test, we have gone to a different location because I didn't want to get the person that screamed again. I'm also testing in my car that's an electric car. This test, for all intents and purposes, I should have passed. I did everything. I got all of the trick questions, like they asked me to pull up and it was a double line. I'm like, I can't pull up and stop. There is a double line. I did everything. I felt like I drove well. I played by all the rules. And I gave myself the mnemonic device of, okay, I am driving someone today who might have a panic attack. So I need to drive carefully. Played it extra safe. Did everything to a T. I felt good. I parked in the wrong spot. When it comes to the parking part of the test, you are going to be given one of three options: the parallel parking, the reverse park, and the pull forward park. I have practiced all of them, I'm very confident, and I was given the easiest one, pull forward park. Awesome, I can do this. I really know how to park. I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it. So we get to the parking lot, pretty much empty. There are 4 bays. I'm really excited. I'm going to pull into the last bay, give myself plenty of time, plenty of space. I see the bay, see the line, I go for it. I pull in, I park, I turn off the car, do everything. It wasn't a bay. That's why I failed the second time. I parked in a bay perfectly, that was not a bay. Really looked like a bay. It was the end of the parking lot. They had the 3 bays. I thought it was one more, it was not. First test, I am nervous and I'm not swishing my head enough to show the person who has never met me before that I am actually looking at all the spots. Cool. Second time, did not park in a real bay. Okay, cool. So at this point, I am crushed. Internally, I'm like, I am a failure. I cannot do this. There's no way. I hate this. Not only have I failed a test, I have failed the same test twice. And then we get to the most recent one. And this one, I don't want to do this test. I know I'm gonna fail again to some extent. I'm also the kind of person that's like, you know what? Okay, cool. I can do it. I can do it. I'm competitive. I can do it. So by the time we get to the actual test hour, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I'm gonna do it. The day is sunny for England. That was incredible. But when I go to start the test, every other time there's been a group of people, and this time it is just me. And the person comes through and they look like they do not want to give a test today. And I'm like, awesome, cool, everyone else is canceled and I have brought you in from your break. Good start. Yeah, so we do this test. There's like rumors going around that they have quotas to fill, like certain amounts they have to fail. This whole situation really actually felt like that. One, the entire test time, it didn't feel like the person wanted me to pass. Like there was one point where I parked, and I parked with enough space with the car in front of me to pull back up. That was the test question. And then the person goes, do you not want to pull forward a bit more? Like to instigate me in a way to pull forward more, and I almost did it. And had I done that, I would have blocked the other car in and I would have failed the test. And I was like, why? Why are you doing this? I had been working so hard because obviously we're waiting months for the test again. It's not a case of, oh, I'll try again next week. It's, okay, it's been 5 months. I get to take my test again. I'm gonna try really hard. And At the end of the test, I feel like I didn't. I feel like there's no point at this test I can think in my head that I did not do something correctly. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get my license. I'm gonna get my license today. Awesome. So I pull up, I do the park, and then they're like, so do you want to have your partner hear this as well? And as soon as they say that, I know I failed. I'm like, why? Why have I failed? Yeah, sure, bring Tom here and let me hear why this happened today. I failed the third test because I parked too well. To set the scene here, empty parking lot, par 1 car. I'm told to pull forward and park into any bay, which I do. As I go to pull up to the bay, I slow down, I signal, this is the one. Awesome, pull into it, looking all the mirrors, checking everything, turning off the car, sitting, letting them check I'm inside the lines. I am dead center inside these lines. Awesome, we're gonna pull away. Cool, I'm gonna over-exaggerate, look at all the blind spots, get everything, check all the mirrors. I did all of that. And the argument as to why I failed this test, and I was given a major for this, was I pulled in a bit fast for their liking and with too much confidence. I don't know what that means, because I'm still going 1 mile an hour-ish pulling into this bay. You know, you don't pull into a parking bay quick. I stopped and everything and then I pulled in. So, no idea what that is. So I don't know. I really don't know what that one. So the first time I did not exaggerate my looks enough. The second time I pulled into a bay that's not a bay. And the third time I parked too well. It's been a few months since that and I'm still in the process of trying to find a test again. But I'm having to spend money each time. And I'm having to wait months in between each time. But I really want to learn how to drive because I'm sick of taking buses because of the amount of times strange men have followed me home. Legitly. So I'm sad about it. I'm very sad. The only good thing that's come out of this is I've written a children's book. Basically, I've done a children's style book for adults looking to pass their UK driving test with illustrations, and it's a funny little story, basically. The thing is, though, I need to actually pass the test for this book to be relevant and for, like, it to be true. Because currently it is a book on how to pass a UK driving test written by a person who has only failed the test. The main reason I'm doing this video is actually because of the shirt that I'm wearing. If you know me, you know I love Korean dramas, and currently I'm watching Taxi Driver Season 2! I did not know there was going to be Season 2, so I'm just like, they've got their rainbow taxi service. It's a good series, it's a really good series. I keep seeing him with this taxi and I'm like, oh, he can drive? What about me? Every time I see him with his car, I'm like, that could be me! And that was the video today. Anyway, thank you for watching my meltdown, and I'll see you next time. Bye, goodbye, bye.